Welcome back to another lesson. In today's lesson, we're going to talk about ternary operator. The ternary operator is a shortened way to write an if-else statement in a single line. So it's a compact and efficient way to make simple decisions in code. The ternary operator is often used to simplify and shorten the conditional expressions. For example, here we see the condition we want to check. So we put it like here. The syntax looks something like this. So the condition that we want to check is this place. And then if this condition is true, the expression returns value if true. And otherwise, it returns value if false. And the question mark there separates the condition from the possible outcomes. So this is the condition. We separate it from the possible outcomes, and then we have the value if true and value if false. And colon here separates the value if true and the value if false. But how it works, we will see in a few seconds. Here, let's uncomment some code that we have. So, for example, previously we learned that if we want to understand if a number is even or odd, we need to write an if condition. Here I am initializing one integer value named number with number 5, and we are initializing one string named result. So we say that if the number is divided by 2 and its remainder equals to 0, so using the modulo sign we can find the remainder, and the remainder is 0, the result will return the even. However, if this condition is not correct, then the result it is assigned with the odd. So let's try and check it out. Compiling here, no error. Yes, so we have nothing in the output because we forgot to see out. Here is the output, and then we write result. So this is important to show the output result also. Okay, let's run again. So here is the output odd. So this is odd. Why? Because the number 5 when it is divided to 2, the remainder does not equal 0. So this is how we used to do it while we were writing the if conditions. However, if we are going to use ternary operators to write the same code, it will look something like this. So we ask the user to, for example, give us one number, and we store the result. Then here, instead of these lines about the if and else conditions checking, we simply write down the result equals, so we initialize the result as a string here directly. The result equals number, and here we write down the conditions. If you remember, I mentioned this conditions, question mark, and two possibilities separated by a colon here. So number, if it's divided by 2, its remainder equals to 0. So it is now separated with a question mark with the possible outcomes that are even and odd. So if this condition is true, it's going to print the first true value here. If this is not true, it will print us the odd value. So the odd value will be assigned to result if this condition is not correct. And if this condition is correct, even is going to be assigned to the result. So let's run the code and see. So if I say 10, it returns the value is even, the number is even. So there, let's go through the analyzing the code once more. So here the number is stored. We initialize a string called result, and its value equals to the condition of if this number is divided by 2, its remainder equals 0. If this is correct, the first condition is even, so even will be assigned to result. And if this condition is not correct, then this value, this result will be assigned to this result. Okay, so and they are separated by semicolon. And if you see, we simply could check the condition in one line here. However, we used to check it in like a few lines here, like 4 or 5 lines. So when we have a straightforward checking condition, it would be more efficient to use ternary operators. In the next lectures, we are going to practice some examples and coding exercises, so it will be more clear for you how it works.